head high. Don't you let them see you cry. That's what my mama told me.
Laura, you have been part of the Inspirational Women of Portsmouth project story for a long time, so thank you so much. I wanted to find out a little bit about you though, because you are sponsoring the awards very kindly, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But tell me, and tell everyone who doesn't yet have the privilege of knowing you, a little bit more about you, the woman that is Laura Watford.
Thank you so much, Ronnie. I really appreciate you having me here and listening to my story.
Yeah.
I have taught in the city for about 12-13 years now, and science is my subject, so I've been a science teacher in the city for a long time, and my passion is STEM, so science, technology, engineering and maths, and bringing those creative opportunities for students to explore future careers in those professions. Because actually STEM careers, so this is little Edith. You feel very passionate about it as well, don't you?
I'm youngest participant.
There you go.
Your passion ran through and helped me survive lockdown, because every other week you turn up to my doorstep with some things for my boys. Give them this experiment. And they loved it. Thank you so much.
Oh, you are so welcome. And it was really important, I think, during lockdown that students had, obviously we had a lot of online learning, and students were given various tasks.
Yeah.
But I think we needed to be really creative, didn't we, to provide opportunities that would mimic opportunities that they'd have in school.
Yeah.
If you ask any adults, you know, what did you enjoy about science at school? They'll say, oh, first of all, they say Bunsen burners. Then when you unpick and get past the fire, then they'll be like, the experiments, I loved the experiments. And actually, that's the same for all of the STEM subjects, you know, and you like sort of say, oh, do you remember doing design technology? What was it you liked? I love the practicals, I love building things, I love making things. Yeah. And actually all of those skills are so important, and the World Economic Forum releases a set of skills that we'll need for the future workforce. So they released skills for 2020, skills for 2025, skills for 2030. So creativity has been creeping up into our top skills. And actually they've recognised that jobs that our children are going to be applying for perhaps don't even exist yet. So it's really important that we perhaps focus on preparing their skill sets and actually cultivating some of that creativity and innovation that they've got.
And which is what you are at the forefront of. So you are basically, you're a teacher.
Yes.
Within STEM, within schools. Having a little bit of time out, well, I'm not letting you have time out, I keep roping you into things, to have the second level.
Yes, yeah.
What else have you been up to within that? Because you've started an exciting initiative, haven't you? Which is part of the sponsorship. Can you tell us a little bit more about STEMunity and how it originated?
Yeah, so if I go back, so STEM education has always been something I'm super, super passionate about. And for the past 6 years, I've run a STEM network through the Royal Academy of Engineering, and it brings context-based resources into the curriculum through either STEM clubs, or some teachers use them in lessons to basically inspire children to think about future careers in STEM subjects. Because let's face it, STEM subjects are some of the highest paid jobs, and actually the diversity and representation within these professions is just not there, nowhere near where it should be. And it's not through lack of skill or ability, because actually I truly believe that the children of the city of Portsmouth have incredible STEM skills, but there's some barriers that face them.
Right, okay.
So actually, through doing some curriculum work and through the network, that's been really positive, and we had a STEM festival every year pre-pandemic, and resources going to school every term, which was great. But during the pandemic, so 2020, rewind, I had Millicent at home, and I had a Zoom catch-up with 2 colleagues from the Royal Academy. So Jordan, who works and teaches up in Sheffield, and Margaret, who is a lecturer up in Glasgow University. And we were all talking about what we were doing on our networks. And we were like, it's brilliant, but it's not enough. You know, our impact is big,
Yeah.
but how can we make it bigger? How can we give more children more opportunities?
Open bracket in our spare times, because we all have full-time jobs. Close bracket.
In our spare time. And so Margaret had this incredible model called STEM Academy, STEM Academy Scotland, which is still going, you can Google it. And she had a face-to-face event which would draw university academics, STEM professionals and schools together. And they would go and participate in workshops to give them a flavour of people at the forefront of their profession or academic research. Amazing. So really inspirational role models. And then they take it back to their schools up in the Highlands and they disseminate the opportunities within their communities. We were like, this is a fabulous model. But pandemic hit and Margaret was like, I've got 27 workshops lined up. There's no way I'm letting all these disappear. So within 4 weeks, she is a superwoman, she recorded and got the professionals to record themselves, because it was mid-lockdown, and put 27 workshops online on a website built from scratch.
That's incredible.
Literally. So she said, hey,
in her spare time.
In her spare time.
I assume, as well.
Because she's a lecturer, researcher. So she said, look, girls, I've got this amazing model, it really works, it really inspires children, I've got all these lovely stories, and she was collecting data and she was like, you know, the impact on STEM attitudes is fantastic. And she said, how about, because it's now online, why don't you offer it to children in Portsmouth and Sheffield? So we were like, of course, you know, like a massive STEM opportunity, and it's all set up and ready to go. So we emailed out to our local authorities, got it around to as many schools as we could. There's these online workshops, you can complete them, there's activities, there's linked videos explaining what the professionals do. Really inspiring. And 9,000 children accessed 5 or more workshops.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
5 or more.
Or more.
So not just the one, they were like, more please.
Did a sequence of them.
That's brilliant.
And it was so exciting. And then what happened was we looked at the map and it was predominantly obviously Glasgow, Portsmouth and Sheffield that have accessed.
Oh, okay.
So Margaret said, well, naturally the next step would be that you adopt the model in your regions and make them bespoke for your communities. So you work with local universities and local STEM professionals to make it bespoke for your communities. So as this is going on, we're kind of like, this is a little bit bigger than our our role with Royal Academy. So we were like, actually, it would be nice if we get some funding to do the filming properly. So our natural sort of step was to apply for charity status. And that is where STEMunity came from.
How exciting.
So STEMunity is literally our STEM community.
Right.
And
I see what you did there.
Literally. And actually that's our national charity. And I have to say actually international charity, because we are going to do some work in some other countries as well.
How exciting.
Really exciting.
Wow, congratulations.
But this is the whole reason that Margaret and Jordan and I came together, because we were like, high levels of pupil premium, so much STEM opportunities in the area, and actually it all needs joining up. And we really, when we compared our experiences in education, it was very, very similar. But it's so inspiring because obviously we have the national focus of STEMunity, but then we have that really tight regional focus. So we have STEM Academy North and STEM Academy South, and that's really focused on making bespoke things for the local students in our area.
Brilliant. Very exciting. Very exciting. I can't wait to watch that evolve. And so what would you say you enjoy the most about what you're doing?
Okay, so I was really thinking about this, but actually what I love is the opportunities to work with young people. And so recently I went to with the Gavin from Wonderful Voyage, who you recommended. So I've been working with Gavin and Amy, and through funding from Hive, we were able to film some STEM Academy activities at the UTC.
Brilliant.
And it was amazing. So Alex Blanford at the UTC set up a brilliant class of young people who have actually been participating in the activities designed by our teachers and professionals collaboratively. So they actually carried out the activities in the classroom, being filmed with the professionals, and then we're using that footage to create video activities so that on the day. That was amazing. Those young people came up with like incredible ideas. The future is in safe hands.
Yes.
But actually, this is literally what I wanted. This is literally the very purpose of the charity. You know, Emily, for example, one of our inspirational women of Portsmouth who delivered the workshop. Okay. She's amazing, and that's why I'd encouraged her to be part of our filming process. Yeah. So taking that one STEM professional, she'd worked with 14 children at my school, inspired them. But actually, that's just 14 children. Yeah. How do we take it to the whole of Portsmouth? Now, I can't just replicate Emily and take her all over Portsmouth. I can try, and she's very busy, so she gets into lots and lots of schools, which is amazing. But actually, how do we make that accessible for everyone? Well, we've done it. So we've literally filmed the video activity, we've captured it, and now, very, very soon, we are going to have 3 videos, one introducing Emily as a professional and demonstrating her fire and her belly for her subject, and then a video activity that students can have a taste of what she does day to day, and then a final video that they can say, okay, I want to be like Emily, what do I do next?
Oh, fantastic. Oh my goodness. And is this like a model that you're going to roll out with more STEM practitioners?
It is.
I love the sound of that.
So we've got
in your spare time.
Yeah, in my spare time. we've got 2 more. So we've got I'm completely revealing now, but we've got an amazing chemical researcher who's just done an incredible startup around using carbon dioxide to produce polymer chains. So his video is coming soon as well. Fantastic. We've got another amazing professional who is in boat building, who introduces like inspirational boat design that I've never, a boat that literally is in the water and then it flips at this angle.
Witchcraft.
Incredible. Yeah. The engineering involved is inspiring. And so what I want,
it's not witchcraft.
I want young people to watch these videos and be like, oh, that STEM professional's inspiring. I could be like them. Yeah. Have a taste of the activity. I mean, these are jobs that I'd never heard of. You know, that they do roles that I don't think many people in the community would necessarily know.
And herein lies what's so exciting about what you're doing. And also, grateful again for your role in celebrating the women of the city, particularly in STEM, because you've chosen to sponsor a specific category, haven't you?
We have. Yeah. So having done some work with pamodzicreatives for a while, it seemed such a natural collaboration, and so we decided that actually sponsoring an award to recognise women in STEM in the city was so important, because actually that is literally our STEM community, isn't it? Yeah. And actually I want to hear about more inspirational women in STEM and what they're doing. And so one of the second ever awards that I went to, I'll never forget the fabulous Teresa swishing onto stage in her incredible dress. Yeah. Completely not what I thought she'd look like. You know, she was a lady who was the most glamorous lady, I think,
in the room. Wasn't she?
And
I had to stop myself from curtsying when I first saw her.
I know.
She was so beautiful, wasn't she?
And she invented a pirate deterrent system. So she later did the podcast, the STEM Academy lectures with us. Yeah. And hearing her story about how she was like an inventor but had the most incredible career doing all kinds of other things, and then invented a pirate deterrent system which saves so many lives every year. Like, we need to hear about more of those women in Portsmouth. Yeah. So that was our motivation for deciding to sponsor the STEM Award.
Well, thank you so much for that. I'm really grateful. So if somebody wanted to find out a little bit more about you and the work you do, where would you suggest they look first? Social media?
Yeah, so we're on social media. So our local focus work and our activities that we're doing regionally are advertised on STEM Academy South. So check out STEM Academy South. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook. And then our national organisation is STEMunity. And so we've got websites and social media for those.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Brilliant.
It's a pleasure as always.